good. It's very good. Welcome to Pod Watcher, the official podcast of Watcher Entertainment. I'm Ryan Bergara.
I'm Shane Madej.
And I'm Stephen Lim.
This is the show where we talk about whatever's on our minds every week. This week we dive into parking.
My new look.
And Skyline Chili, because it's always on my mind, baby. That's their tagline.
Is it?
It's always on my mind.
Is that their
I
tagline?
don't think it's on everybody's.
It's my tagline for Skyline Chili. I think about it 24/7.
Oh, I have something interesting about Skyline.
Yeah?
Ooh.
I'll save it.
Oh, now I'm tickled.
Yeah.
Should my topic be tickling this week?
No.
It is funny tickling is pretty fun.
I hate tickling.
Tickling is a funny thing, right?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
funny for the
it's-
first couple seconds, and then it could get
I
diabolical.
don't like it one bit.
You don't like being tickled?
No.
Why not?
You can't tell someone you don't like being tickled because then it makes everyone want to tickle you, but I won't tickle you.
I won't do it either.
It's your birthday, so I would never tickle you.
Hey!
Today is my birthday.
We're recording this on Shane's birthday.
Yeah.
It probably is not his birthday when you're listening to this.
No.
May 16th.
And to celebrate Shane's birthday, I guess he just parks like a douchebag.
Wait.
Looks like a douchebag.
Have you been holding that in all day?
I've been waiting all day.
Just to bring it up in the podcast?
You were going to bring it on the podcast?
I told you I was going to bring it up in the
That's
podcast.
good.
crazy,
How did
man.
I park like a douchebag?
What?
Matt Riano and I were walking into the office and we were like, this guy, what's his park job? Wait, I took a picture of it. It's pretty bad.
Here's the thing, though. I parked right next to the car that was right next to me. Yeah, but
It's
okay, no,
fine.
here's the thing.
Wait. I
Our
gotta,
parking lot has a bunch of lines on it, but nobody adheres to them.
Next car.
But look,
Next-
I'm directly next to the car next to me.
I'll defend that
Space,
that park
no
job
space.
because
Space.
it's our lot right now.
It's all fucked up.
It's the dimensions are wrong.
The dimensions are
Every
wrong.
space is differently sized than the other space, and some of them are too
Chaos.
small for bigger vehicles.
Yeah.
I parked on the other side of you, and
Yeah.
I nailed the lines
I nailed mine too.
and the distance so that you look extra shit.
I was over the line a little bit, but I was also, I got as close to the car as I could next to me that would allow me to open my door and get out. So
I just fucking.
unbelievable.
There is a little space.
I park better
There's
than
plenty of space. And today's we're a little inside baseball. It's a Thursday. A lot of people, so we share a lot with our neighbors
Oh,
too,
my
and a lot of them don't go in on Thursday. So literally the entire lot is open.
it is.
So it's not. It's
But
actually
also that didn't even factor into it. I just parked when the lot is chaos like ours is and the lines mean nothing. I park as close as I can to the person to my left or my right, depending where the spot is.
I'll tell you what.
And then you guys figure it out. Okay. How about get here on time?
Here's the thing. The
Ooh.
lines.
That's right.
Actually, that doesn't even factor in because they told us all to move our cars over to the other side of the parking attendant was like, hey, could you three guys come move your car and park on the other
Oh wait,
side?
was that after I parked?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's fine. I parked very close to that car then.
No.
I just backed up.
No, this happened like directly after. Like we went out to park because our parking attendant guy because our building is like shared with a bunch of other tenants.
Yeah.
And the parking attendant was like, hey, you three need to come out here and move your car because we're doing some work over in these parking spots.
Look, man.
And so we all moved it.
I'm going to go out there with a measuring tape.
Shane parked first, and then Matt Rial and I parked second, and then we got out of our car. Shane zipped upstairs because I think he was embarrassed of his job. And then Matt pointed and was like, look at this park job. And I was like, I'm going to point that out on the pod. I was like,
yeah, no, I'm going to go out there with a measuring tape right now.
yeah, he's going to
You'll
no,
be
he's
surprised.
not.
You'll be surprised.
He's not.
It's funny because
I thought he changed his mind.
I do believe that Shane will be honest about
he's
this.
actually going. He left
He's
the room.
Here's the thing. I honestly thought this was going to be a flyover mention. Like we were going to mention it, be a little giggle, and then move
Wait,
on.
no, I don't get it because
Shane's going full Al Gore. I need a recount.
Shane is not a person that I ever kind of take to task.
No.
Mostly because I don't ever have to.
No.
But it's rare that I'm like, hey, you did something.
Because it was such an egregious park job.
Yeah, it couldn't have been that bad.
Did you see the picture?
I saw the photo. It's not that bad. By
we
the
need to
way,
confirm what the other car was. If the other car left, then who knows what.
It's crazy, Ryan. You really love playing the long game on these things.
That was
'cause
wild.
Oh, dude, I was waiting.
This morning we all came in at 10 a.m. and it's like what we're filming this at, we're filming this at 2 p.m.
Yeah,
and you didn't bring it up at all. And the very first words that come out of your mouth on the podcast are about
I
the
just locked
park
and loaded.
job.
I took a picture of it because thought it was so funny.
And then I've also never seen Shane get so defensive about anything in my life. Of all the things,
here's the thing, Steven.
Steven,
While he's not here, look at the other car. The other car is kind of the wheel is barely into how there's a double line.
no, but I don't think it's that bad, honestly.
When your wheel is touched, how parking slots stalls have two white lines on each side.
Yes,
If both tips of your wheel are touching both
but you don't
sides of the line,
understand because his car width is the width of those two lines. No, it is because
No, I understand.
the sides of our
So is
spots
mine.
are like
so is Matt's.
yeah. So
And I was able to.
Steven just went, yeah. So you
fine.
Steven was like, you know.
Hey, it's his birthday. It
is his birthday.
That's
That
why
is
I was
fair.
like, on his birthday, he's like, I'm gonna park like a douche, and no one could say anything to me.
And he left.
And
Shane is not here.
He went to go find.
stood up.
He went to go find a tape
And
measure.
marched out the room. For people who are not watching the
I'm gonna
video,
be-
he looked upset.
I thought I really was messing with him. I think he got a little upset.
What are the chances that he went out there, saw that it was a bad job, and just got in and left?
He just went back home. I also love how this shows the closeness of this group because if one of us was to suspect I think he might be upset, normally we'd be like, oh, should we say sorry? And we proceeded to spend the entire time that he's been gone continue to roast.
It is very funny though.
I thought, I was like, once I took a picture of him, I was like, this is going to be comedy.
He's
gold.
back.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
Provide us an update, Mr. Madej.
I parked next to the car. It was there.
Why are you so out of breath?
I ran up the stairs
Oh, shit.
and I allowed 22 inches
Okay,
for my door to swing open.
22 inches.
Yeah.
You two parked next to each other and allowed 24 inches between your vehicles.
They're small spots.
Between me and him,
Yes.
They're small.
and then me and you. Did you measure that?
You parked far away from me.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I
Yeah,
did
no,
leave a hole.
Because you couldn't park next to Shane because his car was into your spot.
That's the thing, is that
and
me
also the
parking-
car next to me was parked over the line.
barely though.
No.
Barely. In the picture, it looks like barely.
Over the line.
here's the thing. That's right. I did leave.
Not full wheel over the line though.
So I think that the car next to you, Shane,
It started
it did start a problem.
a problem. And also, I want to be clear, that spot is for a compact. And
None of us should
our
be there.
wonderful parking attendant
yeah.
pointed me to it and said, park there.
Here's what happened.
So I want you all to go fuck yourself.
It's a full wheel into the into
it
the two
seems
lines.
as though I did do the thing where it's like, okay, I will clearly be like a good boy
yeah.
Uh-huh.
and park in the next, what is clearly the next line.
I think that's appropriate.
rendering,
I think that's
though, the space in between Shane and I useless to anything but a motorcycle, which does make you look way worse.
And I want to say that happens all the time in our parking lot, and it's not necessarily
that's
me
true.
doing it. I pull into the parking lot, and there's like a space and a half somewhere, or half a space, because the lines are all over the place, and people are making sloppy decisions left and right because it's all we can do in this parking lot.
I will say,
extend grace. I extend grace to all of you.
You sure you didn't just park that way? You're like, that's my birthday.
Aaron, you're dirty fucker. It is my
it's
birthday,
my birthday.
so you can go fuck yourself.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, hey, you know what? It's my birthday. I'll park like an asshole. You know?
I gotta.
Don't look at. Why are you looking at me? He's the one who did it.
I also really just
Don't. You said when I was like, he pointed it out, and I was like, I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm gonna bring it up in the pod.
Also,
And you were
out
like,
of all of
yes.
us,
you said yes. That sounds like a good idea.
I did not say that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god!
out of all of us,
You're
I'm
peeking
willing
the
to bet.
microphone.
I
Calm
can't
down.
speak for Matt. I think that I probably have the best parksmanship.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, after
For
today, I
somebody
would
who has
definitely
the
not think
photo
so.
proof, that's a bold statement.
Well, okay. The first thing I want to say, you were gone when I said this, but I've never seen you so offended by anything in my life. And so
We
You're
thought you
as
might have just
angry
left.
as Ryan was when you made him walk around that house for 40 minutes.
Oh, and no, Waverly. It wasn't a house.
Okay,
it was an entire, like, essentially a sanatorium.
The sanatorium, yeah. But so it seems that we've hit a nerve here, and I wanted to get into that a little bit.
Because I pride myself on being a great
sharpshooter.
giving other people a great experience in the park. Generally.
Apparently
A parksman.
not.
I'm a parksman.
I will take a picture of my car, text it to Sadie sometimes when she's like, and be like, should I move? Is this leave? Because I always imagine that someone's going to see my car doing a bad job of parking and key it
or
to
something.
heaven. Yeah.
If you saw my car, there's not much more you could beat it up. Honestly, it's falling apart already.
I stopped staring at me. By the way. Look
I was just going sort of blank there, but then I realized it did look like I was glowering at you. You know, if you ask me, there's absolutely nothing worse than waking up at night tossing and turning because it's just too hot.
Unless maybe you're going to park and then the person to your left didn't really like leave you a lot of room, and then you kind of have to like squeeze into your spot, and it's actually a very cumbersome experience for you. Then that actually gets me pretty. That's
you're
pretty
gonna
bad.
Drag this into the ad read. Is that what you're going to do? Is that how it is?
I don't think they're even related,
I agree.
unless you, of course, feel so. In which case, you have something to get off your chest.
You know, if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long.
Not for werewolves. I said that last time, but
I didn't understand what that meant.
because werewolves
Silver.
are
The silver
allergic to
bullet.
silver.
Silver.
How do you not know that, man?
I didn't know
Silver.
what you were talking about.
But
I thought it was like a temperature
I think
thing.
they're okay to like hold silver. It's not a
I don't know.
contact.
I'm not really
Also,
sure.
do they sleep at night anyway? They don't want to sleep.
You're right.
No, but I'm
They be up.
Because they're
that's
up.
True.
They're going to the zoo. Now, Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent 99% of bacteria and require 3 times less laundry. I like the sound of that.
That sounds good.
And not just clean. They keep you cool too.
Oh, I'm cool. You know?
Have you seen your hair?
Yeah.
Well, the sheets use silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA. Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every single night.
You know, I was just kidding about your hair, right? I think it looked cool. It was just a joke.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think it looks really good.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
I really do. I think it looks really good.
Okay. Now, Miracle Sheets are also luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands. And they feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used at some 5-star hotel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So go to trymiracle.com/watcher and you can try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you are buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40% off.
Damn.
And if you use our
good.
promo code WATCHER, you'll also get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%.
You know, Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, why, you'll get a free refund.
Wow.
Speaking of werewolves, it's a cycle of a moon.
30 days. You're right,
That's
Steve.
30
crazy.
days.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more like 28, 29 days.
I
you
think
know?
so,
But,
yeah.
I really did mean it looks cool. It's impossible
You're
to feel.
really.
It just feels now. It feels like I'm not. It feels like I'm not saying that genuinely, but I feel like when you say I was just kidding, I actually mean this, and then everything you say after that doesn't feel like you mean it.
Focus on the sheets. Focus on the sheets.
Send him an email later tonight.
Okay, now upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/watcher and use the code WATCHER to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/watcher to treat yourself. Thank you to Miracle Made for sponsoring this episode.
I think my friend has a cool haircut.
Okay.
I will say though, when I have encountered a spot like, cars a little over the line, I will actually still try and get all the way into the right spot because I'm scared about the person next to me.
Yes.
And then I will like squeeze my body out of my car, or I'll actually climb over into the other seat and get out the passenger
No,
side.
but that's dangerous.
If one bad parking job can
Create a domino.
Oh, yeah.
And then by the time you see a car, you can go, oh, look at this asshole, but you have no clue what
That's-
caused them to be that
This is
way.
true.
Yep.
I think about this all the time when I'm parallel
Important.
parking and like there's an odd space between
Oh,
someone. You're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, look at this asshole. But then you realize like, oh no, there's probably someone parked there beforehand. that made
Maybe.
them park like this? Maybe. So you can't always be mad at people.
You never know
This is when
what's going on in people's lives.
When I see the domino effect starting, that's why I try and just like still park normal. And if I have to squeeze myself out,
That's what I did. I was a combo breaker.
I'm a combo
bit of a-
breaker.
we're-
I try
we're
to
like-
be.
No,
We're like
but-
catalyst characters like Jesus Christ. Of
Though I will say that you do leave yourself prone to like your door getting hit if you do
Yes,
that.
100%, which is why you just can't park at all then.
But I just wiggle out like a snake, like a little worm. The one thing that gives me actually the most stress with parking is when I park alongside parallel park or any time I'm like alongside a curb. I always wonder, am I too far away from the curb?
Sarah worries about how far we are away from the curb.
Oh, no, there's actually
A rule of thumb is a foot, right?
It's
Or
a
something.
foot. 12 inches is like what you
18
should
inches out, you'll get a ticket.
Is that federal?
California.
Yeah, because sometimes you're in like a difficult parallel park situation. You're like, fuck, I think I'm a little too far from the curb still. I'm a bad parallel parker.
Oh,
though.
I will say I am an excellent parallel
I'm great.
parker.
I'm
Very,
not
very
at
good
it.
here as well.
It takes
Yeah.
me a
Maybe it's
while,
a
but I will make sure it's
non-California thing.
perfect. I will make sure it's perfect. I think it's gonna be funny if like this is just a recurring thing on the pod now, as we all just
Little axis to grind.
looking at each other's parking jobs.
I do a great job, so I don't have anything to worry
I
about.
have nothing to worry about either.
Did I ever tell you? I've certainly told the story of when I took my first driver's test. But
Yeah.
the guy was so cranky. Who was the guy giving me the test was so cranky about it. And it was like 100 degrees out and I didn't have air conditioning. And he was pissed about that. And then at some point we were driving along, just like, they have a planned route for the driving test, like through neighborhoods and whatever. And we were just driving along like a suburban street. And he was like, okay, parallel, or he was like, park. No, he just said, park up here.
Yeah.
On the street. And there were no cars parked anywhere. There was no traffic. So I just pulled off to the side and parked against the curb. And then he went, I meant parallel park.
Is that how he said it too?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I was
my
like,
gosh.
oh, well, there's, sure. And he was like, don't even bother.
And did you fail?
He failed me.
What?
I failed my first driver's test too.
There were so many.
Same.
There was just a myriad like misunderstandings throughout the thing where I was like, this guy's not going to pass me on this because he was not a good communicator.
Well, mine
and then I
was-
did it a second time and I nailed it.
Mine was
I went
mine
down.
was all my fault that I failed. I
Oh,
told
did
you
get
this
nerve-
story.
Yeah. What happened to you?
I was driving and my hands were shaking. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
And-
That's always a good sign.
Yeah, I know. And I was
I think
just like-
even if you were a good driver and I was the instructor and I was like, all right, are you ready? And you were like, yeah. I'd be like, all right, why don't you come back in a few months?
yeah, I look like Leo and Kate Winslet in the fucking water at the end of the Titanic, just shaking wildly. I was also like, I made it literally one block. I made it one block from the DMV. We pulled out, and he was like, "All right, I want you to make a right turn to this block right here." And I was like, "Okay." And I made the right turn, and I was just so nervous that I completely just like turned into almost the other lane.
Oh my goodness.
And he went, I'll never forget this. He went, okay, well, let's go back to the DMV. And we parked, and I was so embarrassed and I was so nervous that like, I remember it very distinctly. He was like, because he could tell I was upset and I was trying so hard not to cry. I was like, there was like tears in my eyes. And he was like, look, man, you could always come back and take another test. And I was like, yeah. And I was just kind of doing that thing where I was like, just get out of my car so I could like have my moment.
let me cry.
It was, but then the second time I fucking nailed it.
Yeah, the guy who was a jerk to me, even when we did pull over, he was like, why don't you come back in a month or so? Like, he was like not mean about it.
That's good.
But I was like, this is all your fault, my man.
Yeah. Well, mine was completely my fault. Did
Yeah.
you fail your first test, Steven?
No, I never fail tests.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, did you fail it?
No, I didn't. I didn't fail it. I did not get a perfect score by any means.
What is it out of?
I don't. There's a writing and a driving portion.
The
in
writing,
I think it
Ohio.
depends on the state. Yeah.
Writing, I nailed.
I was, yeah.
I made a left turn that wasn't great, but I think it was just good enough for him to be like, well, that would have been fine, and you would have survived. So he just passed me. But no, I was pretty close to failing.
My right turn was not great. Like if there was another car in the right lane, we would have probably died.
I mean, it sounds like you broke a record for fastest to fail.
We did literally a circle because we went out, we pulled out the DMV. He was like, make a right here at this block.
Just went around the block.
And then he was like, We just kept going straight and made another right. And we're back at the DMV. The noise he made when the turn happened, he went, okay.
Were you 16 at the time?
I was 16. He was like, okay, let's head back to the DMV. And I was just like, oh boy. You know, your thoughts are always like, fuck, I hope I don't blow this. And then immediately you blow it and you're just like, oh shit, I guess that's that. Because you have to wait a little bit before you take the second test, right?
When I renewed my license in California, it was only a written test.
Yeah.
But I was like, I've been driving for, at that point, 10 plus years. I don't know. So I was like, I'll be fine,
It's, what's
but
weird?
on the written test,
Yeah.
there were a bunch of questions that they were like questions about like transporting livestock.
Oh, yeah, I remember those questions.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, dude.
And I was just kind of guessing on those. Because the questions are randomized. You get like there's a big pool of questions and they just give you. But I had so many questions about livestock and like carrying live poultry in your truck bed. And
yeah.
it was very confusing. I think I passed enough, but I did definitely get a couple wrong where I was like, I shouldn't have had to answer for that. That's not part of what I'm planning to do.
It's still weird for me to hear you talk about driving, Shane, because most of my time knowing you for the past like 8 or so years, you didn't have a car.
I think at this point I've probably had a car for more than that. Because I didn't have a car from like 2016 to 2020.
That's so like I'm actually impressed as like an Angelino being able to do that for 4 years.
Yeah, well, we always worked pretty close to where I lived, and
yeah, that's true.
But then once the pandemic hit, I was like, I gotta.
Yes, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Would you describe yourself as a good driver?
I think that I am a safe driver.
That's exactly how I would describe myself, which to a lot of people makes me a bad driver because I go the speed limit. I make sure I stay safe. Mari, it drives her nuts when she drives with me because she's like,
speed.
Well, she's like, you could just get over a lane and get in front of this person. I'm like, we're going the speed limit.
Yeah, I mean, I go like a little bit over the speed limit. But,
I'll go a little over, but not.
You're dangerous.
Not a lot. I'm keeping everyone safe. Okay.
Yeah, you got to be a defensive driver.
Safe. I think safety wise, it's better to be in flow of traffic than it is to be at speed limit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
So I don't know. Speed limit is actually the safest choice.
Would you say you like driving fast?
I don't.
No,
because
I think it's scary.
I don't particularly enjoy it, though. My Prius does have a power mode, which makes it go.
That's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny, and I feel like I'm hitting the nitrous.
It's a little go-kart.
It's a little go-kart essentially. But what was I going to say? You know what? I've always been curious about. What's the name of that freeway is it in Germany?
The Autobahn.
The Autobahn.
I don't know anything about it.
It's the one where you just fly out.
No speed limit.
There's no speed limit. No speed limit.
Somebody called Bradley Cooper. Is he in that movie?
Cool. People just go as fast as they want.
Limitless?
Yeah.
Okay.
The insinuation is they don't need any kind of rules or governance because they're just safe, and that the fact that you would is like, I guess it would be childish even to think you need those rules. Like,
I guess.
I wonder what the accident statistics are on that.
I don't know.
My uncle drove us on the Autobahn.
I've always wanted to drive
140 miles an hour.
Oh my God, I'd shit myself.
As a 10-year-old, I was like,
what? How fast? 140?
Yeah.
Wow.
That makes me wonder, what's the fastest I've ever gone in a car? I think it might have been 100. One time I was going 100 on the freeway in my Prius, and I realized it was one of the long road trips where you just kind of like slowly creep up and there's no cars around. And I looked over and I was like, whoa, what the hell? I got to slow down. I'm going to get stopped.
And you're like, I don't even remember the past hour.
Yeah.
Where have I been?
Yeah.
I'm driving right now.
But I've also been in, I think it was like my dad's like friend's car, and he had like a car that went fast. And I remember going,
a car that went fast?
Well, I don't know cars that well.
You sound like a 4-year-old.
I sound like a top.
My dad's friend had a car that goes real fast.
And it was brown, and he gave us ice cream after. And it went real fast. I don't know cars that well, obviously. I think that's quite apparent here. I'm not a gearhead. But it was a fast car, and it went like really fast, really quick.
Yep. Got it.
I think it went to like 100 in like I don't know.
In a short amount of time.
And like I want to say seconds.
Sure.
It was crazy. I did not like it.
This is the story?
That's it. That's the story. I don't like it.
My dad's friend had a car that went fast.
That was a
and it was crazy.
It was I didn't like it. I like the feeling you had in my chest, dude. It felt bad.
No, I know. Did you feel like you're gonna die?
Yeah,
because I had a friend who was a race car. He was
a race car,
dude. Your friends are Lightning McQueen. Are you friends with Lightning McQueen?
He was a race car amateur race car driver. And he would take me like he was like, I'll drive you for a bit. And I was like, sure, why not? But he went racing up the mountains, and it was like curvy mountains with none of those railways.
I don't like that at all.
I thought I was gonna die that
I don't
day.
like going fast on a straight freeway.
Is there a scarier set of words than amateur race car driver?
Yeah.
I'm not getting in that car. Fuck that.
I say
race
amateur,
car drivers scare me,
he's
let alone
a
an
safe
amateur
driver.
Oh, Karnak.
Oh my God. Karnak for all the
yeah, you're doing a Johnny Carson rap.
75-year-olds out there.
Words scarier than amateur race car driver.
Gotta blow on the envelope.
Today's episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. Now, Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills. Now, I can see all of our subscriptions in one place, and if I see something I don't want, I can cancel it with a tap.
It makes you feel like a little king.
Yeah, you're like, none of that anymore.
I know, this has helped me cut down my bills. And,
Yes.
It's been quite nice. Also, it just helped me with my anxiety when it came around to budgeting, because it's hard for me to do that, and sometimes I get so overwhelmed that I just assume it's the worst, and then
Yeah, now you got a little robot in your phone going, no.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Now, I never have to get on the phone with customer service because of Rocket Money. You can just cancel it. In fact, they'll even try to get you a refund for the last couple of months of wasted money and negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%.
That's pretty good.
All you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions.
Wait, so if I send them a picture of your parking job, Shane, will they fix it?
No, they won't fix that.
They won't come fix it for you?
They won't fix that
They'll give
because
you a
there's
refund?
nothing wrong with it. I would love if they would come and fix the lines in our parking lot. Or maybe they could, separate you guys by a couple inches since you park closer to each other than I park to Steven. But
Impossible.
In
with
any
22
case-
inches versus 24.
in any case, stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/watcher. That's rocketmoney.com.
You didn't realize there was more prompter, did you?
No, I knew that. That was a dramatic pause. That's rocketmoney.com/watcher. One more time, folks. Rocketmoney.com. Say it with me. /watcher.
One quick thing I'll say, because you brought up the not having a car in LA, and back in 2000, when I moved back from New York, I didn't have a car in LA for a bit, and it was actually kind of freeing. It was kind of nice to not have a car.
Yeah, I can see
you don't
that.
have to worry about parking. I took a lot of those birds, like those mini scooters that you could just
Birds
jump
are
on.
fun.
Yeah.
But at some point, you just can't go further than like 5 blocks without.
There was a part of me
Feeling
that
unsafe.
was always jealous of Shane for that, because I was like, wow, that sounds kind of cool. I think like there was also a time in my life where I thought it would be cool to live in downtown LA, because it feels like a place you could walk around and you could get on the metro.
Yeah, you would think
Because I used to ride the metro to BuzzFeed all
Me
the
too.
time.
Yeah.
I would take my little bike and ride there. I had one of those cool folding bikes too. Sick.
Whoa.
And then it broke.
Oh, it cracked in half.
Did it get stolen?
People stole my seat several times.
Oh.
And then I got one of those locks that locks the seat to the bike.
Yeah.
That
I remember
happens to me
that.
a lot. I feel like my seat gets stolen. Even my bike that I ride around now always the seat gets stolen.
I don't have a bike.
Are you
It's fun.
parking this around?
Yeah, I'm locking it up in public areas.
You should put some of that like liquid poo on it,
You suggesting I shit my pants on my
No.
my
There's
bike?
that you buy it on Amazon. It says like a liquid poo or something, and it stinks. So
But then I have to ride around with a stinky bike?
yes, but you'll have a bike. It's supposed to be like really potent. Makes people want like
It's
barf.
not- you're not making it sound any
It's just something to think about.
better. I
Are
don't think it
people
is.
stealing the seat just to be mean?
I think so.
Hmm.
Or they're doing it because every time it's happened, I've just gotten like a couple of times I got lucky and I went to a bike store nearby and they had like loaner seats they give you, and those are like the really shitty ones.
Yeah.
Like
They
the
say, yeah,
ones-
we just picked this off of some idiot's bike.
yeah, the ones that are like rock hard. And then but ever since then I've always bought like the cheapest seat I could possibly get, because it's just like it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But let's move on to a different topic.
My new look.
I was waiting for the next topic or the new topic.
That's my new topic.
There he is.
I keep forgetting to do those, and then in edit, I'm mad at myself.
I went to my hair person. We've talked about haircuts on
Your
here
hair
before.
person?
Well, now because I've spent so much time in this city just going from haircut person to haircut person. I've never had one person.
Yeah, you had that guy cut your neck.
Yeah, that guy who cut my neck. I don't want to name.
Yeah, don't
names.
name them, but yeah,
He did make me bleed.
pretty significant cut in the back of your neck.
But I was really tired of my blonde hair because for a second I was like, summer's coming up. It's fun to be a sexy blonde man. I'm going to go back for another round of blonde. But the thing is, my hair grows so fast that my roots come in really quick. So just a day or two before I was going back there, I was like, hey, I think I just want to go back to my regular color.
Back to black.
Not black. It's sort of more of a brunette.
Have you seen Shane before?
I'm a little brunette.
It's dark. It's dark brown.
Well, right now it is because she dyed it, and she was like the first pass, it was really dark, and I was like, oh, well, it's not quite as dusty as my normal look.
Darker than this.
Yeah, and then she lightened it up a bit, but then so much time had passed, and I was like, all right, I'll take it,
Yeah.
But it feels pretty goth to me.
Yeah, you do kind of look like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, this is my concern because I do have some, and I think this is why I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah. Get ahead of it.
Because
I like that move.
Yeah, there's something about it where it looks like I'm trying to appear younger than I am.
Yeah.
And for this for this big change to happen right on my 38th birthday, I don't want people to think
he's having a crisis. He's just parking his car wherever, making his hair look crazy, dude.
I've got my fair share of like gray little scraggly hairs, and I'm excited to be like, I want to go full David Lynch someday and just, or Mark Twain and just have just a big head of wiry gray hair. So no shame in that for me. And I feel like right now with this, it looks like I have great shame.
Yeah, it looks like you're one of those guys who dyes their beard, but it's way too dark.
Right.
And it looks like crazy.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't look crazy. Right?
No, not at all.
No, not you.
Oh,
the beard.
okay.
I'm talking about the like the beard guys.
Yeah, those beard guys are weird. Like the ShamWow guy. R.I.P.
Not ShamWow guy.
And who am I thinking of?
I'm thinking like
the ShamWow guy is a different guy. Billy Mays is who you're thinking of.
I'm thinking Billy Mays.
Billy Mays.
OxyClean.
OxyClean, the OxyClean.
Yeah,
guy.
or like Steve Harvey's mustache. Very dark.
I don't know what's going on with that.
It's an excellent mustache. Only mustache that's even close is Matt Rial's, honestly.
Yeah, that's nice for you to say.
Wait, can I ask a personal question?
Here we go.
We can cut this out, and we'll get back to your.
No, I mean, I've pretty much. I just needed to get it, as Ryan said. I wanted to get ahead of it, so I've said all
ahead of it.
I mean,
nice.
This is. Can I ask this question?
Well, I mean,
we don't know what it is.
Well, okay.
Is this for the pod or outside?
We're talking about. I'm talking about kissing.
What?
We're talking about kissing.
Okay.
And facial hair.
Okay.
And my wife prefers me not to have facial hair if I'm going to kiss her because it gets scratchy and itchy and everything.
Yeah, but then when you did have a little mustache, who was coming around,
she was kind of into it too. I guess my question to you is, how do you handle the kissing part with such a?
I do it the same.
Yeah.
No, the actual answer to that is my wife of she's been my wife for a year and we've been together for 10 years. Has never known me without it.
That's interesting.
Wow. Okay, so it's because
it would probably be freaky to her.
Yeah.
But so you're kind of locked in as a kind of.
I see.
Do you think you'll ever
shave that bad?
Because
it looks bad. Nobody on this podcast knows what I look like.
I know Matt has a beautiful kind of like how would you describe this mustache? It kind of looks like the mustache from the guy who's in Tombstone, Sam Elliott. Kind of like a Sam Elliott.
It's not like Sam Elliott.
Or Ron Swanson probably is a better.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's kind of a normal straight to the.
Yeah. Sam Elliott's a little too.
It's a thick
Western,
one,
but probably Ron Swanson.
But yeah, basically she doesn't. You're kind of locked in.
You're locked in. I like the thrill of just having a mustache, not having a mustache, having a mustache, not having a mustache, having a mustache. That's life for me.
If we do We're Wonderful World again, are we going to grow them out?
I'm working on it right now.
Oh.
That's why I haven't shaved in a bit.
Is that what you're doing over there?
I don't know. This is just me.
I would love to see you with the mustache again, brother.
I mean, maybe I would.
I think you gotta for this.
Mari did not like it.
Well, she'll get used to it. They always do.
Yeah. Well, we're only shooting that show for a couple days if we do it, right? Like, so like I could just have it for then and then. The other thing is then I have to shave it all, and I don't like my face with no beard anymore.
That's fine.
Well, what you can do is
you just buzz it.
Yeah, you can like buzz down the rest of it, keep the mustache there.
I see.
And then once you get rid of the mustache, just buzz it back down a bit.
Yeah, I look like a little boy when I'm clean shaven.
Nobody's making you do that.
Yeah, no, you don't have to.
I just think it looks a little weird when it's not fully shaved and then just the mustache. Like I think
that works still.
I think it's a funnier look for a Wonderful World.
No, you definitely don't grow your mustache out
on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rookie mistake that a lot of like early 20s, mid 20s people make where they're like, I've never had a mustache before. Let me try growing one.
Yeah.
And then you just look like an idiot.
Grow a beard if you can.
Then shave it down.
And then just, surprise, I have a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually surprised you changed your hair back because I remember the last time I asked you about your hair, you were like, I think I might be blonde forever. Like, because you
did
said
not
that on the
say
podcast.
forever.
You said that on the podcast.
Yeah,
I was probably joking.
No, you
I
were
don't
serious.
think you were.
You said something like...
maybe I misstated or you guys... I probably did not say the correct words.
You said, I think I'm going to go... I think you said, I'm going to go blonde forever.
Yeah.
Then I was fully joking.
You've said both sides of it too. Like, oh, I'm only going to go blonde for like just a bit. And then you've said...
Yeah, because we were addressing that you were blonde, and you were like, honestly, I think I might be blonde forever. Because I honestly was like, yeah, that makes sense. You look good blonde. So,
no, I would never do that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what I said, but no, I wouldn't do blonde forever. I like my regular hair.
Yeah,
blonde. I don't want to overstay my welcome. It's a fun little vacation for me.
And also, when you change from blonde to dark, it's weird because they have to do a certain mix, right? Because it's like hard to nail
last time I just grew it out in a really weird way.
No, I'm saying to change the color though, they have to like probably go even darker on the mix because your hair's so light.
Oh yes, I think that's basically what happened with mine.
It's like watercolors.
Because I've got kind of a light. My brown hair is kind of light. It's certainly lighter than this.
Yeah, I guess I never realized. I always thought you had darker brown hair.
It's weird, natural hair color. I think is just very nuanced and mysterious and hard to capture via just regular dye.
Trying to look up at my own hair. I think I'm like a dark brown. I think.
Well, I mean, even looking at your hair right now, like there's a lot of character to it that you like. Right now, my hair just is like a weird uniform color. Whereas, like you look at yours, there's like if you look further in, there's like some dark,
shades,
ashy sort of blacks with some nice. There's like a reddish.
There's some red
brownish.
Hair in my
it's really nice.
Head. Your hair looks a little red right now.
Yeah, they put like tones in it to whatever.
Steven, did you get your hair dyed?
My hair's a little brown, a little bit. It's not bleached, but it is like slightly dyed.
I see.
And it's been growing out, so it's kind of a mixture of the roots, which is black, and the brown color.
I don't think I could ever dye my hair. I feel like I would look goofy as hell.
Which, by the way, you were saying
you should go blonde.
Watercolors.
I think I'd look crazy, dude. I'd look like I was going Super Saiyan.
It'd be pretty funny.
I feel like
he would not look good.
No, I really don't think I would. I think you two could pull it off.
It's because your complexion is darker.
It would be weird.
What about orange?
I'd look like a soccer player.
You would look like Johnny Bravo.
What about orange?
No.
You'd look like Chucky.
Mari just asked yeah, I would. Mari just asked me about this recently, and she was like, would you ever dye your hair? And I was like, no. And she was like, yeah, you'd probably look pretty weird.
Or you'd look if with orange hair, you'd look like one of those like clown doctors on a telenovela.
I'd look like the guy from Operation, like the fucking Operation. He has like weird orange hair.
You know what you should do? Maybe one day when you book a role, you'll have to color your hair for that role. That'll be a chance. You can do it for fun.
I feel like if I was going to color my hair, it would have to be something crazy, like blue or like something that's obvious. I'm coloring my hair. Yeah, and I feel like that's a long time to commit to something.
I honestly thought instead of, and I don't know if I could do it. I was instead of just sort of trying to dye it to close to a normal color, I thought of just like kind of shaving it down.
Oh,
but I don't think it's in my best interest to shave my head. Not like all the way down, but I mean like even just like a buzz cut or something very short.
I can't even
highlights the
imagine
size.
Sarah wouldn't like it one bit. I don't think. I don't think back in when I was like in my youth, like in May or June of every year, my mom would be like, all right, it's summertime.
Buzz cut time.
Buzz cuts for the boys.
I had a buzz cut for a little bit in high school, and it just highlighted how big my forehead is.
Yeah, I feel like my head is some pretty weird shapes that my big floppy old hair up top tends to help.
Yeah.
And when you get rid of that, it's pretty odd.
I agree with mine as well. Not ideal.
I want to see you with different colored hair now, though.
I don't.
We can Photoshop
You could
it.
always Photoshop it. I'm telling
but it's
you.
not the same. It's not the same as Photoshopping versus
you're right.
seeing in real life.
The complexion of my skin is dark enough that it would look a little odd, and I would look like a soccer player. I'd look like Cristiano Ronaldo or something.
That's cool, though, right?
I don't think I'm cool enough.
Yeah, people like that.
I see. I
think you have to have a certain type of swag to pull that off, and I don't think I have that. I'm too like howdy doody. I think.
Look, I never thought I could pull off colored hair, and then I did it once, and I loved it. So you just never know.
True, I guess.
Even with the Photoshop, I didn't know I would like it. I was scared.
I would be shocked if I ever got convinced to do it, because like even a tattoo, I always knew I was going to get a tattoo at some point.
Okay, challenge accepted.
I can't imagine one reason other than a role that I would do it.
We've been rewatching some of those old Weird Wonderfuls as we've been sort of moving on pre-production for the next season. And God, I really hope you bring back that mustache, because season 2 you didn't have the mustache.
Yeah, that's
season 1 you did.
Yeah,
and it looks spectacular.
Maybe you should color your hair for Weird Wonderful World.
I think
that would be weird.
I think it's just the mustache, dude.
It's just the mustache.
It's just the mustache.
Come on. If I do that enough, will you do it?
Nah.
Right now for Weird Wonderful, we've got a bunch of
if we do it.
Yes. If we do it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if the voting's closed yet, but
at this point the voting might be closed.
It'll be closed very soon, like in a week.
Unless something
incredible. Look, that mustache looks good on you.
I look like my dad, kind of.
That looks great.
We're looking at a photo of Ryan from the Pop episode of Weird Wonderful World.
It's crazy. I feel like it's weird to have been doing content on the internet for almost a decade now, because you really get to see yourself age over time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would call it seeing the effects of age, but I just feel like my face changes so much every year. Do you ever get that sensation looking at old pictures?
Your face changes a lot more than
you
most
change your
people.
look more.
But
I change my look within the realm of like I don't know. You
I think my face actually changes though, like
maybe
the shape.
I think it does, and my theory is because you put yourself under immense stress with the shows that you make.
It's probably it.
I think Unsolved and Now Ghost Files has definitely put some
and the muscle
life
tech
on you.
And, and the lifting that sweet iron. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Where Shane, I feel like you've looked pretty similar throughout. But then again, we always forget you were like your late 20s when we started Unsolved.
Yeah,
so like,
that's true.
When I started Unsolved, I was like a baby.
You baby boy.
25?
Yeah. So
25.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's the next topic here? Unless you have anything else. Shane.
No, I just thank you for bearing with me during my goth phase, and
I think it looks fine, man.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where people probably aren't too attuned to it, but because I know what my natural brown is, I know my brown.
Yeah,
you know, I see my brown every day.
That's
usually.
Right.
So I know
God
what it looks like, and when I see it in the mirror, I'm like, that ain't my brown. You know?
Oh, in the mirror. Okay.
Yeah, in the mirror. You need the mirror.
Ryan's his head is in the toilet once more.
Let's move along here. Steven, what are you bringing to the table today?
My topic is Skyline Chili.
Oh boy.
And I feel like I've had to kind of hype it up a lot. I had that video where I sent you guys on the mission to eat it. I had Top 5 Beat Down where I had to defend it.
Yes.
I just want to talk about it from a normal vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
Just a regular human being who likes Skyline Chili. That's me.
Yeah.
I like Skyline Chili. Hey, I love Skyline Chili.
It's good. I honestly think it's okay. I don't know if it's good. I enjoyed it.
I liked it less than I expected, and I was surprised that you liked it more than me. Ryan.
let's set the context here,
dude.
Because
tell them at home what Skyline Chili is in case they don't know.
You're right. We should get into that first. So, okay, Skyline Chili is a Greek-inspired institution.
Greek?
Yep.
Whoa.
Greek-inspired institution in Cincinnati, Ohio. The dish is basically based on this iconic chili Which when you think of chili, you think of like a thick, even like a soupy thing sometimes. But this chili is different. It's more of a sauce than a chili, and it's a cinnamony but savory chili, and it's topped with cheese, and it's usually over either hot dogs or spaghetti. And I don't know, as a kid growing up in Cincinnati, Ohio, I loved this dish. It was my favorite thing growing up. It was the treat that we would get on Sundays if we did well in Sunday school. Just a beautiful, beautiful place. And it would be where we would hang out. I guess it was our third place.
School? Is there like a version of Sunday school in which you don't do well? Is there like a test?
Yeah, if you say like "Hail Satan" or something.
Well, I mean, obviously, like
no, sorry, I was talking about
start doing a handstand or something. And
we had
start speaking
Chinese
Latin.
school. We had Chinese school on Sundays.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we did well on Chinese school on Sundays, and we would go get Skyline Chili afterward. But like, yeah, and then I don't know, just it brings back so much good memories for me. It's but I can see, we would have people coming in from out of state, and they would try it, and they'd be like, "This is the worst thing ever." And I honestly never understood that. I could not understand how somebody could not like this dish.
I'll tell you what I did like about it was the cheese.
Oh, yeah.
The cheese was very buoyant.
Isn't it very fluffy?
It was very fluffy.
It's like the cheese you'd see in like the cheese section of like a Ralph's or a grocery store.
Yeah, but it was better than that.
But it looks like that. You have to admit though, Steven, looking at we're looking at a picture of the four-way. It doesn't look appetizing.
See, that's the thing. I can't look at it and think of it as not appetizing because I've only ever seen it as appetizing. And I guess that's what they say when they say beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Because, God, that dish is hot.
I really do wish, and maybe this is
that looks great.
That looks so good to me. I can't even imagine not.
Can you? I want to know. Well, I want to say based on
that's pretty good.
On the heels of last week, where we did try the Jack in the Box tacos,
which I will admit don't look good.
No, they look horrific.
They look horrific.
You can see through the shell,
but amazing.
It looks like a jellyfish. But the as I did have my second one of those, I have 3. I had 2 or 3, and I
2.
With each one, I liked it more and more.
2 conies or 2 3-ways? Because the conies are the hot dogs.
No. I'm talking about the Jack in the Box tacos.
Got it. Okay.
But I wish, there's so many. I think we all fall into this trap here and there where we're like, other people's regional beloved foods. We're like, that's not good. You know what's good? The thing where I'm from. And I wish we would just learn to just better celebrate other people's.
Well, I was going to ask Steven, what is because people put cheese in chili on chili when they eat it.
I put cheese on chili when I eat it.
Right? That's a regular thing.
I do. Yeah.
So what is
maybe a little scoop of sour cream?
What is what
No?
I'm trying to
No? You guys don't put sour cream on your chili?
I mean, I just don't like sour cream that much.
I eat it raw. I don't know why it sounded like Jiminy Glick there.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What is is it the spaghetti? Is it the hot dog? Is it all of it together?
Like
that makes it specifically.
Where's a hot dog?
Isn't there a hot dog in chili?
It is. The cheese coney. You didn't have the cheese coney?
Amputator.
We may have.
You guys didn't eat the cheese coney when you
I
had
know I
Skyline
abstained
Chili?
from one of the dishes we got because it
Did you
smelled like
explain it
fish. It smelled like fish.
Okay, so I think
It
I
did
did.
smell like fish.
It's it's spaghetti and hot dogs, but on top it's chili and cheese, and then you get a 4-way or a 5-way, which would include beans or onions. Beans and or
where do the
onions.
hot dogs come in?
They're normally at the bottom of a pile of
In
spaghetti.
regular Skyline Chili, there's hot dogs
There's
in it?
6-inch hot dogs
What?
that have chili and cheese on top.
We're looking at a picture.
They're called
in
cheese
all
conies.
Oh, okay. So this is not standard Skyline Chili.
It is standard. There's 2 main dishes.
Were there hot dogs in the ones we had?
I believe we did have a hot dog. I don't know if we had the 3-way or the 4-way. And honestly, when we did try it for food files, it did smell like fish. It smelled really
like-
bad.
It smelled like when your dishwasher gets food stuck in the little vent.
like a high school cafeteria.
Or like, when you go to a restaurant and like the water glasses will smell fishy and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah, but it tasted pretty damn good.
I have a question about this, Stephen, because all of the components, the mouthfeel, largely the flavor, it was mostly all good for me. I just thought that the chili having sort of a cinnamony quality to it, there was a sweetness to it,
A slight sweetness.
that I thought that kind of ruined the whole thing for me. If
Maybe-
it was more of a savory, meaty chili, I would be all about it. Is that an option at certain places?
No, because the chili is just the chili. That's kind of the secret sauce.
Yeah, the thing that makes it bad. To me,
To you.
The hot sauce they have there is so good.
You should have
there.
added more hot sauce.
maybe. And honestly, we didn't have it like piping hot.
No, we
so
didn't.
I think if I tried it again with very hot, fresh,
It was delivered to you about
from
40
Mr. Adam
minutes
Bianchi.
away from the Skyline where it was, and you guys were at the tour venue.
If I saw it out on the road, I'd eat it. Good,
Oh.
hot, just because it was good cold to me.
I guess I can't understand the smell you're talking about either, because like it smells good to me in my mind. But then I remember you guys going on and on about it smelling like trash.
It
does.
fish. It smelled like fish.
But
Rotting
maybe
fish.
I just like the smell of trash then. I don't know.
Because Adam was like, it doesn't smell like that. And then, was it Adam or was it Andrew?
It was specifically the hot dog, though, because the dish itself didn't smell very bad. That's regular Skyline Chili. But then when we opened up the other thing, we were hit with a blast of like fishy garbage smell.
Adam confirmed it did smell like fish.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten notes of fish in the smell. Look, I also wanted to just say thank you publicly for trying it, because I know that Ryan specifically was very fearful of having to go back to Skyline Chili.
I'll try anything once.
But it was your second time.
What was the biscuit
Oh, it
place?
was your first time.
That was my first time.
Yeah. Okay.
What was the biscuit place we had when we were shooting Ghost Files? Oh, Tudor's.
Tudor's. Yeah, Tudor's Biscuit
Biscuits.
World.
Tudor's
What?
Biscuit World.
That's
When
good.
we were, that was in, where was that? West Virginia?
It was in
It was West Virginia,
West
right?
Virginia. Yeah.
When we were landing in West Virginia, the pilot on the overhead speaker was like, yeah, if you got some time, make sure you stop in at Tudor's Biscuit World.
I have
And we
the
were
mug.
like,
I have the
Tudor's
mug.
Biscuit World?
Huh?
And then we did our ghost hunt, but the whole time we were like, we got some time for Tudor's Biscuit World on the way back to the airport, maybe?
It was great.
Yeah.
I mean,
What is it?
well, mine wasn't. My sandwich was pretty rough, but the biscuit was incredible.
Biscuit was great. It was, they just do various biscuit sandwiches
Oh.
with like I think it had like a hash brown patty on it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was really tasty. So, Matt, you've got some Skyline history because you were a Kentucky resident for quite a long time. Right?
Yes, we grew up with Skyline around. We have the commercials.
Mhm.
And they
What are
have
the
that
commercials
song.
like? They have a song?
I can't remember.
Really,
You know what?
Steven?
You know what else? Okay, and I'll say my piece after you say your piece. Or should I say it now?
Go for it.
I'll say this first now. I haven't had Skyline in probably 8+ years.
Oh.
And so, yeah, last time I had it was before I started Worth It. So I actually might not like it anymore. And I don't know.
No, I'm sure you like it.
Is your
And-
little buddies?
But
have
you know, it's a
changed?
little scary. It's a little scary to like not have done something for a long time. And if I go back and I don't like it, I kind of don't want to eat it ever again,
Have you tried to make it at home yourself?
because I've romanticized the idea of Skyline Chili so much in my head now that if I go back to it and I don't like it, I'll be very disappointed.
Have you tried to make it yourself?
I've had copycats here in LA. They're not
Are
bad.
there actual restaurants in LA or like
They
stands
say
in LA?
they say
who
they
try
have
to-
Cincinnati style chili. There's like one spot over, and I think it's like Pasadena or
Really?
something. Yeah.
Interesting. I like chili,
I love chili.
and I love a Skyline.
A nice, you make a nice turkey chili.
A turkey chili's great.
Ooh,
That
little
sounds
sour cream.
Yeah.
About the sour.
Matt,
Yeah.
sorry. Anyway, I interrupted you though.
No. Do you think we can get away with playing a
Yeah, I think we
30-second
can.
commercial?
I don't know.
They'd probably be happy. They'd be
sure.
happy
It's a
for it.
commercial for
It's a
Skyline.
commercial.
Sure.
Anyway, Skyline Chili had a very prominent commercial jingle.
Oh, let's hear it.
Whenever you're feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time. Gather together with friends and family. It's Skyline time. Wholesome, hearty food and a taste that's so divine. Together, at last, it's Skyline time.
So this song
Tasted so divine together at last. It's
regionally,
time.
this song was like, very important because you hear it
Yeah.
on the commercials, right? That is an actual song called "It's Twilight Time."
Oh,
that
really?
It was like an old hit that they bought for $5,000 and changed the words to the.
That's
to be
funny.
about
That's funny. They
Skyline
couldn't even
Chili.
just. They were like, "Oh, we can't think of a song."
Exactly.
Not that, like, everyone can do that. It's pretty tough to think of songs, but it's about chili.
It's
Like chili, spaghetti, oh, baby, I'm ready. There you go.
You
It's
just
not
sounded like the flea market guy just now.
Oh, Montgomery.
Montgomery
Flea
Flea
Market.
Market. Have you seen that?
Market.
I don't know what that is.
You know what it is.
Montgomery Flea Market. It's just like
Mini Mo.
I never heard
A
of
Mini
that.
Mo.
What?
Wait, you've seen this video?
I don't think so.
That was
You
a
don't
pretty
watch that?
loungy. It was a pretty loungy song. Honestly, most jingles are pretty.
Yeah, I was
upbeat.
surprised. It was like pretty seductive.
It brought me home. I'll say that for sure.
Maybe it's because you feel like sleepy after you eat it.
Oh, we got a video of them recording it.
You're watching the final touches being.
Well,
put
they're
to a
really
rather
proud of
popular
this.
local TV commercial.
So it's been for 30 some years.
I have to say, if
The
we're talking,
Skyline, shout out to that theme song, way better than the food, in my opinion.
the food's pretty decent, honestly. But,
Did you hear that song?
I heard the song. I think the food's pretty good. But I will say that I think if it comes to what is the GOAT food jingle song of all time, I'm really baby back ribs.
Oh yeah.
The recording of that. There's a YouTube video of those guys recording and just harmonizing. It's fucking gold.
And when you watch that, I think what you glean from the behind the scenes is that final baby back rib or the barbecue sauce was like an
ad lib.
I
think a lot of it was an ad lib, honestly. Like those
Quite
guys
possibly.
were genius. Have you seen that jam session with the people who sing the Chili's?
No.
It's like we can watch it after.
The fact that they had the wherewithal to record that, like
We're making history.
yeah. Before we go, this just reminded me of the Noodle World video,
Oh yeah.
and I would
Noodle
love to
World.
pull that up. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. This is a bit of
It is.
this is a bit of BuzzFeed lore.
Yeah, I know Noodle World from.
We're talking about noodles. Yeah.
When we were at BuzzFeed, our office at one point was on Sunset Boulevard. Was it Noodle World Junior?
Yep.
Noodle World Junior. Yeah, Noodle World Junior.
It was, and there was a restaurant. It was in Gower Gulch, which is a famed shopping center in Los Angeles because it used to be where they would recruit cowboys to be in cowboy pictures back in the day. So we would always go to this restaurant, and one day there were people there who were just shooting like a promotional video for Noodle World Junior corporate. And they started interviewing
Oh, this
various
place.
people from BuzzFeed. And in this video, you'll just see a bunch of BuzzFeed people. Quasey's in it.
Justin Tan, Zach Evans.
Justin Tan, Zach Evans. I think, is
Liz
Brent
Warner.
in it? Is Brent in it?
I think Brent might be in this.
From Unsolved, who you probably know and love. But a funny thing about this is the choices of like bites that they use are so funny. Because this one guy who worked at BuzzFeed, there's just a clip of him saying, "We're talking about noodles here."
We got that.
And then we took that audio clip, and for like a good few months at BuzzFeed, we tried to sneak the audio of that into every video we ever made.
Everyone was in on it too. You go back to like whenever this video came out, just look at videos that came out around this time.
We're talking about noodles here.
And we all snuck in. We're talking about noodles
You
here.
would say that, or you
no,
would
we
use
snuck
the audio
actual
clip?
bite. Like,
Wow.
wait, it's going to be in here because we just saw him.
Yeah, I think it's at the beginning of this.
That is that.
Yeah, maybe.
I think go all the way to the beginning.
Here.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I don't think I can live without noodles. Serious, we're talking about noodles here.
Also, it's really good. The video is called Noodle World Junior, Pan-Asian restaurant chain that expanded on a good idea.
Pretty. That's like a Michael Scott headline.
It's also just funny because like you've got Zach Evans there being like, "It's good for the soul."
yeah, Justin.
And it's just like, what are you talking
Also,
about?
everyone who are there, everyone who's interviewing is getting interviewed is clearly not taking the interview seriously. Justin Tan opens it up by saying like, I can't even live a day without noodles. Like, and then the guy actor goes, "We're talking about noodles here," and it was so funny to sneak that into videos.
Yeah. Well, this has been fun. Thank you all for being here today and celebrating with me.
Yeah.
If you haven't, give it a subscribe on your local podcast app. Give it a rating. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to us over there. Thanks for listening. And you know what, folks? I think we'll see you next time.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Bye.